10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. Stand up as we sing our gathering hymn, number 1067, Mother Earth, Beloved Garden. Okay. Don is going to play it through one since this is not familiar to many of us, and then we'll start. Thank you, Don. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. I am Catherine Bonner, the Director of Programming and Religious Education here, and of today I am also the Queen Bee. We welcome those of you who are here and those visiting us online, wherever you might be. We are glad you are here. We encourage you to find out more about our non-creedal liberal faith, Unitarian Universalism, by visiting our website at www.uucsarasota.com or by stopping by our welcome table outside the sanctuary doors. On our website, we also have a virtual guest book that we hope you will fill out so that you can get our weekly newsletter, The Contact. And for those here, all you need to do is just complete the pink visitor slip, also at the welcome table. We are a vibrant and active community with many different types of activities every week. You can find out about these activities on our website or in our newsletter. All are welcome to participate. After the service, we hold a coffee hour for fellowship and conversation, and today is even more special because our religious education youth are hosting some intergenerational activities for some Halloween fun. like a mummy wrap, or guess the number of M&Ms, or an eyeball relay. All are invited. There's no running, by the way, in the relay. And you get to keep your own eyeballs. Okay. All are invited and encouraged to join in. And if you're a visitor looking to learn more about us, look for the visitors at the coffee hour table, where someone from our welcome team is there to answer your questions or just have a great conversation. So we really look forward to getting to know you. And now I'd like to invite Karen Bush to come up for a special announcement.
This coming Saturday, not Sunday. This coming Saturday. Great. And you want to be here at 11:30, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. For the past month, the committee members of BidFest and Reverend Jay have been urging you to fill that funnel meter. Remember? Well, you did it. You did it so well that it exploded and created an entirely new universe of fun. A catalog for BidFest, available to you right after this service. So I have a couple of things. Oh, by the way, there are over 130 items in that catalog. There's something there for every one of you. Here are just some tips to help you have that fun. First of all, get a catalog today. You can also go online to bidfest.com.org, and you can view the catalog online if you prefer it that way. There are extra pictures if you do that. So get your catalog, get a ticket. Today is the last day you can buy a ticket. You can buy it in the courtyard until about 12 o'clock, right after the service, or you can go online until 6 p.m. tonight to buy a ticket. But then we turn off the ticket sales because the folks who are getting food are going to use that number to judge how much food to get. So please do that today. Get a proxy. If you are not able to be here, ask a friend to bid for you. Tell the friend what your bid number is, what you want to bid on, and how much you want to bid, and that person will come to the auction and bid for you. Read the catalog. I know that sounds silly to say, but read the catalog ahead of time and choose your items. Once you get into the bidding, there's no time to be looking through the catalog for what you want. So make your bidding list, like a shopping list, on the front of your catalog and bring it to the auction. Read the bidding instructions. Click, please. There we go. Read the bidding instructions. They are actually very helpful because different bid sheets have slightly different variations, and you want to walk in the door knowing what you're doing when you bid. And there will be people there to help you. And last, arrive before 11:30 if you want to be first at the table. Some of our items are sign-up items, and people sign up very quickly. So make sure you're here in time for the silent auction, which starts at 11:30 promptly. That will be in the Reeb room, in the Lexel wing, and we will also have a few tables outside. So come, be here by 11:30, and have a wonderful time of the fun that you all have created. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And we've already started our fun today, as you can see. So now I'd like to invite up Sharon Howard for another special announcement.
Good morning. Today's Share the Plate offering will help fund a new transition house family beginning in November. Transition House represents UU's commitment to help one family at a time out of homelessness. Beginning in 2014, in response to the community's homeless crisis, the Transition House concept began with a partnership between UU and the Sarasota Housing Authority. For each new family, we refurnish a home and provide rent subsidy based on the family's income as recommended by the Sarasota Housing Authority. The Sarasota Housing Authority is responsible for owning and maintaining the transition house property and for identifying and working with the homeless family that needs safe and affordable housing. Since 2014, UUs have supported 4 families. With your support, we look forward to helping our next transition house family. Please give generously.
Thank you, Sharon. And now we're having our opening music interlude to help us get into the mood. Thank you, Don. Today's opening reading is called The Sacred Thread by Heather K. Januls. They once dwelled among us, the people of memory, those who knew us, they who taught us, they who heard us, and they who loved us. They touch our lives time and again, through their presence and their absence, through familiar scents and favorite songs, through old stories and renewed sorrow. As the earth turns and leaves fall, we reach back to renew the bonds between us. With hearts and hands open, we hold on to love, ever stronger than death. We reach back in gratitude and understanding. Without our time together, the pain and the joy, we would never be who we are today. We would have little to pass on ourselves. And without fear, with thanksgiving, and with hope for all that awaits, we remember those who have gone before. We honor the circle of life and death and our place within this sacred thread. So now, as we light the chalice, please join me in affirming one of our sources of wisdom, as seen on the screen behind me. As we light this chalice, we remember to honor the direct experience of that transcending mystery and wonder affirmed in all cultures, which moves us to a renewal of the spirit and an openness to the forces which create and uphold life. So normally I would tell you a story with some profound meaning to get you in the mood. Well, today is not that day, although we will be getting you in the mood with the help of our choir. If you are in costume, we hope that you will join us when the Spirit moves you, and you will know when that is.
Would hit me, and the void would be calling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips, and bring your knees inside.
How much fun was that? I love what the choir's doing with Don Bryn. Thank you so much, Don. Before my reading, I want to just acknowledge a couple people who have helped out with some events recently. Last Sunday, we had a Celtic concert here. Bill Dogano brought Paul Duffy and Darren Graves here. We had a wonderful group here. So we're going to try to bring back Sunday afternoon concerts. So look for more. And then yesterday, we had 65 local environmental leaders in this room We zoomed out to a national organization. We did all kinds of stuff. We had a full day here. Marianne Bowie and the Green Team put this together. It was really a wonderful event. It was so inspiring. A big chunk of it is online. We YouTubed about 2 hours of it. The last hour is this panel that came up. Super impressive people. There is so much good going on to help save the environment. So, good news. And I want to shout out to Heather and Ethan Massa, who took over the food in the kitchen and just did everything I was worried I was going to have to do by myself. So thank you. Okay, let's get centered. Remember, by Joy Harjo, who is our poet laureate, U.S. poet laureate, a Native American woman. Remember the sky that you were born under. Know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon. Know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That is the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away tonight. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life and her mother's and hers. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life, who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember, you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember the dance language is, that life is. Remember.
I am Helen Dingus. I'm the ministerial intern here, and I guess I'm going to stay here for the rest of the day. Samhain Blessings by Reverend Bright Rose Aradia. Blessed be, O guardians, blessed be, loved ones and friends. Another year is upon us. As the wheel has turned again, we invite the ancestors, one by one, to join us at our meal. We raise our cups in honor and share memories with zeal, and we share a harvest of bounty. And we know, sorry, I don't know how to make that go away. Okay. And know deep in our hearts the past must be cleansed away for the future to start. The veil is at its thinnest. We walk between the worlds. Diviners bring their instruments, and mysteries become unfurled, and now the witching hour is upon us once again. We share a blessed circle with our loved ones and our friends. Blessed be to guardians, to deities, and more still. Blessed be to you. Let the harvest your heart fill. So mote it be. 5 years ago was the first time I visited someone's grave. I was grown before I attended a funeral or memorial service. Today, we have provided a place for honored ancestors to join us. We have set an empty place setting and chair at the table to welcome those long gone to join us while the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead is thin on Samhain. These ancestors could be invited through a ritual, asking for the good and keeping out the bad. In some traditions, there is a silent supper, and then after the meal, the guests who have joined the family are told the family stories of the year, like your Christmas letter. In others, they are just a part of the meal and the conversation. Ancestors, we invite you to come, listen, and be part of today's service. Those whose intent is to love and support this community and all in it are welcome. Those who wish ill upon this community and these people are not invited, and we ask that those of ill intent be kept out. Those who came before us, our ancestors, our family, biological, adopted, and chosen, religious and philosophical forebears, great thinkers, great poets, mentors, and teachers. These are the people who have formed us and formed our world. Our intention today is to give some time to these ideas of ancestry and heritage in the spirit of Samhain and other holidays and traditions around veneration and gratitude to those who came before. Honoring ancestors takes place all over the world, from Samhain in the pagan tradition, from an Irish holiday, to Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. It's an important part of Shintoism in Japan. It's part of Taoism and Confucianism in China. And even the Western tradition of visiting graves and leaving flowers is a form of ancestor veneration. Samhain is on the same evening as Halloween. It is a pagan holiday that is celebrated by many modern pagans in the Western world, the US and Europe. It's part of what they call the Wheel of the Year, and it is the end of the year. It is a time when those who have gone to the afterworld can make themselves known to the living and are welcomed into the celebration. In Mexico, La Dia de los Muertos is a community-wide event honoring ancestors, family, with traditions around food, decorations, and photos of those ancestors. And it is one of the most well-known of these traditions by most Americans. Chinese and Japanese families will usually have a shrine to their family members, which is regularly maintained and visited by the family. They'll go and ask for opinions or advice or blessings on their new ventures from the ancestors. In the US, we visit our graves and cemeteries, we tend them, we lay flowers, or decorate them in other ways. But another important aspect of ancestor veneration and honoring those who came before is remembering. Telling stories about your parents, your grandparents, the people and places from the past who continue to have a place in our hearts and our minds, who are still impacting us in so many ways. This is something that almost everyone does in some way, shape, or form. Keeping these traditions connects us with our past, with our heritage and our history in a more tangible way than watching documentaries or reading books. All of this congregation has ancestors of one kind or another. The Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota as a whole have ancestors those who started this church, those who have been and gone from its walls over the many years. One of the things that people do when they visit their ancestors is they take them gifts, flowers, money. And in that spirit, please let generosity fuel your giving today. Please be as generous as you can. For those online or those here on your cell phone, there is a link to donate in the description of the YouTube video or on our website right under the description of today's service. Let this sacred time begin. So now I'm going to talk about the other side of ancestors, descendants. Some of us have children here in this congregation. Some of us have children or grandchildren who are grown, don't live near us, and we feel like they have nothing to do with this congregation. But we will all be ancestors of this congregation, of our biological or adopted children, of those people who we have taught and mentored in their lives. What legacy do we want to leave? Do we want to be rigid and unchanging and choosing only to do things for those of us who are here now? Or do we want to think about the future and what members of this church in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years need from us now? We celebrate so many things together. And one of the important things that we think about are our principles. Now, our principles, they help us guide us in how we behave now, but they can also show us a path forward on how we can be good ancestors. We can remember that every being has inherent worth and dignity, and therefore, even those who haven't come into our congregation yet, who don't know about it, who haven't been born yet, or are still trapped in some religious trauma. All of those people have inherent worth and dignity and a place in our home. Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. This is something that we want to show to everyone now, and we want to show it to those who come new and unchurched, unknowing about Unitarian Universalism. We want to be conscious of our part in the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part, of which we are a part. It's not just nature. It's not even just the universe. It's each and every one of us, each and every germ, each and every star. We are all part of the web. Even that mosquito that you slapped the other day because it was buzzing in your ear and you were afraid that it was going to sting you and you didn't really want that itchy bump on your arm. Even that alligator that scared somebody down at the lake. Even the sharks in the ocean. All part of the interdependent web. And everyone in Sarasota, everyone in Florida, everyone in the United States, everyone in the world, even if they're starting wars or insurrections, even if they're murderers, they all have inherent worth and dignity, and they all are part of the interdependent web. And the people who, might wander into Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota on a Sunday morning, they're probably not murderers. They probably aren't, world dictators who are starting wars. And we should always remember that their first day here, their first moments here, are pivotal in the continuation of our institution. And institutions are another being. They're not alive individually, but just as we are a collection of organs and bacteria and all of those things, the church, the congregation, whatever you decide you want the generic term to be, now that you've changed your name, it's an organism with all of you. And your buildings, and your finances, everything comes together to be Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. And I want to thank you for allowing me to bring my pagan influence in. And let's see. Peace and liberty for the world community, a beloved community of the future that we can work toward ushering in as our ancestors have led us to being here. Unitarian Universalists who don't have to have the same theological path because we value the same things and we covenant together to be one. As I learned in Girl Scouts, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other gold. Now you can rise in body or spirit, and we're going to sing hymn number 1051. The author has lovely videos on YouTube if you want to hear her sing it. This is reading 680 from Singing the Living Tradition by Barbara Pescan. Because of those who came before, we are. In spite of their feelings, we believe. Because of and in spite of the horizons of their vision, we too dream. Now, please join me in our chalice extinguishing. We're going to extinguish the chalice. Mary Lou, want to come do that for me? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Very nice.